Okay, now we're going to run through the lead estimating, job scheduling, and invoicing process. And let's start by keying in a new lead. So I'm logged in as Ryan right now. I'm going to see my personal sales projects here at the bottom. And I can start a new sales project here from the top or from the list view here at the bottom. I can start searching for an existing customer. If it's not an existing customer, I can key in a new customer out of this plus sign. I'm going to choose an existing customer here, Sungate West. I'm going to fulfill this information here. I'm going to use John Doe and my personal email, so we can send it later. We got the site address in place. Let's do a full enhancement proposal. So these are my notes for the project name and description, so I could use a little bit more descriptive information if I wanted to. And here's our new sales project. I can use these columns to filter down information as well as choose my own columns like in any other list view. To start the estimating process, you can track your status of the sales project, and when it's time for a proposal, you can start the estimating process here at the bottom by clicking Create Estimate. And the Create Estimate then gives us a little bit more detailed template where we can start defining a contractual start dates. Much of the bigger projects will have these contractual start and end dates. I don't think this template will have. We're going to use if it's a time and material and any scope of work. So the details would go here. In this case, we're going to print this into the actual PDF or Word document, so you could have a copy pasted information or defaulted information that we would put in here, and any internal notes that are here just for me, and they won't print into the actual quote. And then for the materials part, so what we're going to do is we've set up different enhancement bundles or proposal packages. Enhancement. So when I start typing in, we're going to see different types of bundles. You'll actually recognize these bundles using this icon. So if we wanted to do a enhancement for fall, I would keep continuing, or to type or search, so we can find whatever we're looking for. When I select the bundle instead of each individual line item, I can see the system autofill our bundle contents, and I can choose which of the products we're going to use. So in this case, maybe there's 2 hours of additional work. I could record that on the miscellaneous. We could set up different line items by just typing in the quantities and our currencies, if that's a better way to do that. I can add line items, and each one of these prices will then add up to the quote itself. I can add attachments to the bottom of it, and we can use any other detail to complete the estimate. Now we've saved the estimate, so this has been recorded, and all these estimates will go into the estimate section. So we'll see a list of all the estimates we've done, the status. You can filter them by different branches, service lines, if it makes sense. Basically everything is searchable through this list as well. So the 146 is the one we just created. When it's time to print it, I can open it here. Obviously I can do that while I'm creating the estimate for the first time. Here at the bottom you have different options. We'll choose to open it in reporting, so we're going to choose the template, and among all the templates we're going to choose the fall color proposal at this point. And by printing it, you can preview it, you can export to PDF if everything looks good at this point, or take the document version of it for later editing. So this would be the PDF, this would be the full color in the Word document, which goes to here. Let me try and get this visible on my other screen. Here we go. So this would be the details on a Word document. If I needed to edit the scope of work or anything else, here. If it's a PDF and I'm okay with the PDF, I can go in here. Let me make this full screen. I can continue here on the system and send it through the system. Save and send. This one will attach the proposal directly to the invoice. The email, and then automatically send it to the customer. So at this point, I will send this. So that goes out, and let's look at the email real quick. When it pops up, hopefully quickly. There we go. So here's how the email looks like. It's coming from our service, but you can actually respond to that email as well. So if I'm the client, I want to reply, it would have the sender's address as a default, so they can give you comments, and we can change the text that goes along with the estimate. Okay, let's continue. So at this point, through the lead section or the estimating section, I can start turning this into a work order. I can choose to process it, mark it as lost if the customer did not sign up with us, or win and process. And the win and process will close out the sales project, take the estimate, turn it into one status, and then process a single work order into the job queue. So once this goes forward, we can take this into a single job. It's going to be an enhancement type of template we're going to use in this case, so I keep that chosen. We're going to continue, and now the system gives me the job template to be filled out. It pre-fills everything we already know, and I can directly assign this to a team or person out there if I want to. I can slap it onto a holding area if that makes more sense. It's an enhancement service line. If we did get a PO number assigned at this point, I can fill it in. Any job instructions would go here at this point, and all the products will follow from the template, and we can click save. And now this goes to our production queue. And now we're still at the estimate template. It's already closed. I don't have to do anything else. I can close it out, and we have a job in our job queue. There we go. Sunwest HOA open job. It's on the schedule. If I want to send it out, I can do that. So if everything is okay, I can just send it, or from the dispatching view, send it out after I've scheduled everything, and it goes to our mobile. So here, let's switch to the mobile side of things. I'm logged in as myself, where we assigned a job. Here in my job queue, I will see that same job, and all the details in here. The job instructions will show up on the main page. I would start it. I would go into the job details, most likely to take a look at some of the details we have in here, and then finally I would want to complete it. I may add these materials separately if we wanted to make any changes on there. I could do that. So I could make changes. If I need to report, like in this case, any additional checkbox items or drop downs or options, do that here. Or add attachments like a picture. It's very common. And we save it off, and then our job is done at this point. And we'll go back to the desktop side of things. Let's go back to here, and we'll look at our job queue. Let's record that. And from the job queue, I can directly go into the invoicing. Obviously, when the job is completed, there will be some sort of review process. And let's look at that. So this one is, oh, it still started. Did we? Yes, we did complete it. So it's going to update here once it is completed. Did we not complete it? Oh, yeah, it's completed. We saved it. I'm gonna complete the job. Now it's completed. So we're going to see this completed here in the job queue. There we go. And then we've got 3 different filters we've set up in here. So we would go into the job. Maybe they had pictures, maybe they had something we need to check, make sure that they're correct. And once they are, production would go in and make sure everything is okay, and then sales can go ahead and approve it as well. And at this point, we're going to go into our job queue, which would probably want to go in here on the list view, and then on the list view use these filters to narrow down all the jobs that we need to invoice. So we could have the production and the sales approved filters here, as well as the job status. So we would use these filters to only pick the ones that are ready for invoicing. So this would produce a list, and when there is multiple, you can select, 100, 200 invoices at once and click generate invoices. And it is an individual invoice. You probably want to check that as well. So you're not going to do the batch invoice at this point. And when you generate invoice, actually when we have only one invoice, it'll give us the invoice right away. So it's not going to give us the batch option or the details on it. But this will then go into an invoice. Our estimate number is pre-filled, job number is pre-filled. If we had a PO number inside the customer, we would use that here automatically as well. And we can save and close, and then the job is being invoiced, and we can see that here on the invoice list. Here, if I want to send it forward to Sage, so we're going to select. Let's actually select 2 of these. They're open invoices, so we can select these 2, and here at the top we'll click synchronize. And these 2 are now waiting for Sage the connector to send it to Sage, and they will go forward automatically. I want to show you a previous estimate I did for 12-month proposal. I think it was this one, so we can look at a little bit different content. Well, actually, it's a little bit slower, so smaller. Let's look at the 139. Nope, it's 138. So you can look at the items that are typical to, let's say, the 12-month contract or 7-month grounds carry in this case. So each one of these bundles are something we can control, and which can create based on what items will go into each one of these bigger bundles, and just by selecting it, we can choose all these items that will go into these different proposals and automate those. All right, that's it. Thank you.